Can y'all hear me? Hey, I think you guys can hear me now. All right, my bad, guys. Damn, I was on there that long. It's ridiculous. I'm glad Recio said something. Can you guys hear me now? You guys should be able to hear me now. Anyway, yeah, all right, cool. Sorry, guys. Damn, man, I did that whole opening. Hey, I'm glad y'all popped on, man. Y'all are my people too. It's them same olds too, man. Old faithful. Y'all are gonna be the ones that make a good amount of money, man, because I'm kicking some game. So I'm glad you guys were here. Nick, Recio, man, Zuli D, yo, y'all are my people. So, guys, I'm gonna start that over. My name is Gene Boykin. I'm the founder of the GoGetter Family Entrepreneurship Academy, all right, where I teach people how to get financial freedom with actionable knowledge that they can actually use to go out and make money immediately. Whether it's with real estate investing by becoming the bank, little to no money out of your own pocket and no credit checks, or with several streams of income with online businesses. All right. And we get this done in as little as 90 days. You can get to six figures a month, all right, especially as a real estate investor and or an online coach. I'm about to So tonight I'm talking about a universal strategy that I use with my real estate investing, and I teach my students how to identify your specialty, all right? But we also use this how to identify your specialty with our online coaching, all right, and some other online businesses, because guys, truth is universal. It's just the small details that change, all right, just the small details that change. So I appreciate you guys popping on. All right, this is going to be a short one tonight because I have my inner circle group coaching at 9 p.m. Central, and that is in 25 minutes. But I got a little presentation and everything for you guys. So thank you guys so much for coming on. Don't forget to hit that like button. All right, and if you're new to my channel, if you feel like I bring you some value, consider subscribing, all right? Or you can just be a player about it, you know what I mean? And hit that subscribe button. But I appreciate you guys popping in tonight.
I'm a go-getter, they some go-getters, we some go-getters, hope you a go-getter. Let's get it. I'm a go-getter, they some go-getters, we some go-getters, hope you a go-getter. Let's get it. I'm a go-getter, hustle to the end, we some no-quitters, knock it out the park, we for show hitters, right left hemisphere, that's a dome splitter, yeah. We control our own destiny, make moves, cultivate whole legacy, create a finance, bring more ecstasy, the right ingredients, now that's a dope recipe.
All right, what's good, y'all? Man, hey, 30 live videos in 30 nights. I'm gonna give it to you, man. I'm gonna give it to you. I got you guys. Let me check some if my microphone's back on. All right, I'm back. My bad, guys. I don't know why my damn microphone's not working right now, but I know you guys can hear me good. So, guys, I'll try to get you to your questions tonight. All right. I'm not certain if I will be able to because I've got my inner circle group coaching tonight, man, and we're about to talk about some things. So, you know what's crazy is, listen, guys, if you stay ready, you don't have to get ready. All right. If you stay ready, you don't have to get ready. And I'm going to break that down just real quick, man. So I had a meeting with two of my inner circle group coaching students that because I'm going to be giving them some game. Well, that meeting was at 4:30 p.m. So we have a Zoom. So as soon as I jump on that Zoom, literally, man, as soon as I let Rose in, my phone rings. All right. And I see that it's a Las Vegas area code. So I'm like, oh man, that's from my text campaign to distressed homeowners out in Las Vegas. So I'm like, I got to answer this because on the text campaign, my number, it gets forwarded to my phone number. If when they're texting, if that person decides to just call, it gets forwarded to my number because I don't do the texting, guys. My VAs do. So I just get leads. So I'm like, holy crap, this is perfect timing. I answer my phone, boom. And I got the Zoom. So I got my phone on speaker. So I'm recording the call with the prospect out of the blue, man. It was glorious. But guys, I stay ready. So I don't got to get ready. This house is worth 600,000. Now the guy is a little fishy, right? I got to dig to the bottom of it, but it was a great call. So we're going to be talking about a lot of stuff tonight in my group coaching, inner circle group coaching. Woo, a lot of stuff. Damn, guys, I'm dark this summer, man. But guess what? I go golfing every day. Golfed 18 holes with my homeboy today, man. He's a private investor too for my this house that I'm acquiring, taking possession of on September 1st. So Okay, Recio, man, is that you that what does it say? Like, I think it's the GoGetter Family Learn More TikTok page. Is that you? I like that. If that's you, that is a good name too, Recio. If that's you, dude, that's a catchy, marketable name because it's right associated with the GoGetter family, dude. You got you a good one. I ain't even gonna lie to you. So tonight, guys, though, what I'm talking about here is, and guys, don't forget to hit that like button. But what I'm talking about is a key strategy in your business, all right? Because this is the thing, guys, and you guys have heard this number out of me over and over and over again, all right? Yeah, go get her family info, Recio. You did that, homie. You did that. I ain't even gonna lie to you, bro. You start posting more videos, man, especially the ones on my TikTok profile that have more views, millions and millions of views, and then hundreds of thousands of views, bruh. With that name too, I like you, Recio. I like you. Yeah, I like Recio. Recio's a dog, boy, and I mean a dog in a good way, homie. So, guys, tonight, this is the thing with businesses, right? 95% of real estate investors fail, guys. They fail 95%. So I am getting you guys away from that 95% into the 5%. But here's another crazy statistic, all right? Within the first 5 years, small business owners, entrepreneurs that jump out there, 60% of those fail within the first 5 years. And then after that first 5 years, the 40% that's left, I think it's like another 80% of those fail in the next year, right? And this is why. This is why I'm going to tell you right now. Hold on, I got to blow my nose. I'm turning away from my mic like my damn mic working. I'm using my headphone mic right now. Anyway, this is why, guys, I liken it to this too. So the problem that happens with real estate investors, with entrepreneurs, is people feel like their product is so good that it is for everyone, that it's for everybody. Like, oh man, I've come up with this idea in my head and I can see it and I visualize it and I love it. So that means that everybody will love it. And guys, that couldn't be farther from the case. That could not be farther from the case. Let me lift this up here because that thing ain't even on today. So, all right, get that thing out my way so I can work. That could not be further from the case, guys. And this is what most people do. And I always use this example too, guys. I don't know, because some of you guys are new to seeing me, but I've used this example before. So this is a mailer from a real estate investor, probably a wholesaler, that was mailed to my house, but it's about another investment property. It's actually about the property I just got the $40,000 down payment on. They were trying to buy it before it was all fixed up. And this mailer, I almost threw it away, but then I noticed it was addressed to my trust because my trust owns it. And I was like, oh man, let me see. And I read it, dude, this thing's trash. So I compare it to our marketing letter, money, right? But this is what I say. This is the analogy I use. It's kind of like this, all right? It's kind of like this. This is what 95% of real estate investors do, and that 60% of small business owners and entrepreneurs do that fail in the first 5 years. It's kind of like you're at a football stadium on a Sunday afternoon, all right? And there's a game. There's a football game going on, man. So the stadium's packed. It's a regular Sunday game, man. So there's people selling, concessions. There's cheerleaders. There's the big old stuffed animals running around, racing people, dancing, all that stuff. So there's a bunch of stuff going on, right? So the 95% that fail and the 60% of small business owners that fail, this is what they're doing, guys. It's kind of like they're standing on the 50-yard line at that game on that Sunday when the game's going on. They're standing on the 50-yard line and they're yelling out, hey, I just started this business, or I have this service, or I can buy your house all cash. And they're yelling that out. I can buy it all cash. This is how much I charge. This is what my service costs. So come buy from me. Oh, and oh, by the way, I have a website too. Well, guess what? Nobody is listening. Nobody's listening because everybody's watching the game. Maybe they're watching the cheerleaders, man. Maybe they're interested in that race between the mascots, man, or maybe they're buying a hot dog and a brewski. Who knows? But what we do know is they're not listening to you. They're not listening to you. Now, this is the difference with what we do. We identify our specialty, and I'm going to give you guys some super dope tips about how we do this, right? But we identify our specialty. So now what we do versus the typical people, the 95% and the 60%, now Now listen, we're still at the game on a Sunday afternoon, all right? Because we don't bat 100. We don't get every person that we go after or every house that we go after. It's just that's impossible, all right? But instead of us standing on the 50-yard line yelling out our service, and how much it costs, and oh, by the way, I've got a website. No, the way that we do it by identifying our specialty, it's like that we're sitting in the stands next to the person, whispering in their ear what we have. So now they're more prone to listen to us. And if a person is listening to us, then they are buying from us. All right. So we have a higher chance of converting them. Man, and there's a lot of other details I'm about to dive in, but that's what it's like, guys. So be that guy at the football game in the stadium that's sitting next to the person whispering in their ear instead of that other guy that's on the 50-yard line yelling out, hey, this is what I have, here's my service, come buy it from me. Now this, guys, man, you guys, I hope that you would love this. And some of my students, guys, it kind of disappointed me, man, because they weren't utilizing this the way that I told them to utilize it. And it is so super important, man. I cannot stress the importance of this enough. And I'm going to give you guys the game tonight too, man, that my inner circle family gets. All right. Because I want to provide you guys with value, but make sure you're hitting that like button and drop some flames in the comments for me. All right. But here we go, guys. All right. So how to identify your specialty. Now, this is the thing, all right? People want to work with specialists, all right? Not with generalists, man. If you're a generalist, you're a jack of all trades and an expert at none. This is the thing about being a specialist, right? It's kind of like this. It's kind of like you're a doctor. You go to medical school, you do your residency for 3 years, and then you're a doctor, right? Well, once your residency is over, if you want to be a specialist like a heart surgeon, right, or like my friend and business partner, man, a pulmonary something, dude, he internal medicine pulmonary something, dude, and he's sick with it. He did another 4-year fellowship after his residency so that he specialized in that pulmonary critical care and something else, right? But he's more highly sought after. He gets paid more. But the best part about that is this: when you go on to be a specialist in whatever area that you're in, not everybody can do a heart surgery, right? Not everybody can do pulmonary critical care. But if they want to stop doing that specialty and go back to being a general practitioner, just a family doctor, they can do that. They can do that. So it opens up those options, man, and it just makes you more highly sought after, guys. All right. So this choosing a specialty, it's important for your messaging and your targeting. All right, targeting your client, the client that you want to work with, be it, and this goes for online coaches and it goes for our real estate investing, because I tell my students our specialties that we pick is one of the motivations. Are you going to be a foreclosure specialist? Are you going to be a vacant houses specialist, out of state owners, high equity? Which one are you going to be? Now, we will buy every type of motivation, but we are going to be a scientist in one of those motivations. Like me, I'm a foreclosure specialist, man. I'm a foreclosure scientist, dude. What? Man, I love it. So you can now see when you choosing, when you choose that specialty with that messaging and your targeting, you can now speak to a very specific audience in a way that influences them to make a decision, right? So when, like, the marketing letter that I showed you that got sent to my investment property versus the one that we send out, I'm talking to people specifically in foreclosure, targeting that list. So now when I'm speaking directly to that situation, their situation that they are in, they are more prone to listen than if it's the letter like the other one that's like, yeah, I'll buy your house all cash. It's like a concierge service. There's no realtor, no closing costs, and da 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 da. Well, that's what the other 87 mailers that I got said. But this other one that says, the report your lender hopes you never see, as a headline, and then the other side says, is your lender giving you a hard time? Well, yeah, I'm in foreclosure. So yeah, so they're more prone to listen to us, guys. And what that does is we can also target that specific demographic, and that's going to save us time and money due to the fact that we are not having to compete with a million other specialties for somebody's attention, guys, because we know who our target client is, our target audience. So we can speak directly to them and they're going to listen. We're not competing with any and everybody. So in summary, if you are targeting a very specific person with a message catered to them, then you are more likely to convert them at a lower cost per acquisition. If you don't, then you may not convert anyone at all. If you're just talking, if you're just standing on that 50-yard line yelling out, this is what I got, come buy from me, nobody will buy. Now, important questions. See, the people that are most successful, guys, for my tried and true viewers, followers, subscribers, listen, the people that are most successful, they ask the best questions. The people that ask the best questions are by far the most successful. So these are some of the questions that you need to ask when identifying your specialty. All right. Is there an existing market and is there a need? Are you passionate about serving this specific niche? Oh, let me change this. Boom. All right. Who does your product or service help? All right. What is their problem, their point of pain? And then what do they want? What's their point of pleasure? We've got to speak to their pain and then we have to speak to their pleasure, guys. That is how a person is only going to buy from you. All right. If you create an environment, a buying environment. And that is either if you're selling your online coaching services or if you're trying to buy a person's house. That's why we use that ACEs method. All right. Oh my goodness, guys. I love this stuff. So where are they starting and where do they want to get? And then in how much time? You've got to have that time on there. All right. And I'm going to break this down for you as we go further. People make decisions in three major categories. All right. They make decisions in health, wealth, and relationships. All right. Which major area is your product or service looking to solve for your client? This has to do with how you market yourself, not necessarily exactly what your product does, how you market yourself. All right. And we dive deeper into this in my inner circle. But even this gloss over, if you switch this up in your business, if you're a wholesaler, if you're a real estate investor, if you're even a realtor, right, an online coach, if you make this small adjustment, you will at least see a 3x in your conversion rates, 3 times more conversions based off of you identifying your audience. Who you attract and who you pursue are two different audiences. You should tailor your social media page, your messaging, and your offer towards your niche audience, which is who you are pursuing. That is outbound. All right. However, you may still attract those outside of your niche, and it's okay to take those people on as long as they fit into your framework. And you feel confident about getting them results because once they pay us for whatever, man, whether it's us buying their house, taking over their debt, stopping that foreclosure, or for their coach, right, their expert coach, once they pay us, their success, getting them to their goal, is our responsibility. All right. Now, if you have to do a lot of things outside of your framework that require you to put in additional time and effort, it is usually not worth taking on that client. So you got to be a don't wanter. All right. Listen, if we need you, we can't lead you. That's why, like with the GoGetter family, guys, we are implementing some new requirements to even get in our inner circle, man, because it's just, I don't want everyone. I want who wants me. I want who wants this strategy, who wants this success. That's who I want in my program. And time is always of the essence, guys. There is no next time. That's how I live my life. There is going to be no next time. I got to get it done now. The keys to success, all right, and your power statement construction. Now, guys, this power statement, man, and how to identify your audience document, this document alone in my inner circle training, guys, this power statement, when my students last week, Trent and Travis, they were talking to that prospect where they were buying that house, and they got that house for free by becoming the bank. The lady asked them, she said, so how did you guys learn this, and what is it that you guys do? And Trent was so proud, man. And he said it on the interview that I just did with him last week. He said, I told her I spit out my power statement, man, because you were on me about it. And so he kicked his power statement to her. Boom, boom, boom. And after he said that power statement, this is what she said. She was like, you know what, guys? I know your mothers have got to be proud of you. Now, if somebody asks you what you do, well, what is it that you do? And you're just like, oh, I'm a realtor, or Or, oh, I'm a real estate investor and I do buy and holds and fix and flips. And that's, dude, that's vague. It doesn't talk about who you help or how you help them, what they're going to get, right? Where you're moving them from, what pain are you moving them from, and then in how long. So, guys, this is a key weapon. If you learn this, you will set yourself apart immediately. So make sure that you get very descriptive and don't be vague in your power statement. All right. When when you when you narrow down your audience, you are naturally competing with less people, which significantly decreases your cost to acquire a property or acquire a client. This makes you competitive with less, guys. So if you were anything like me coming into this business, and you didn't have a lot of money, you didn't have a big old backer or a bank and great credit, right? You had to be competitive with less resources because we are competing against hedge funds, man, against veteran investors, against people that have the backing of banks and hard money lenders and private lenders. And then here we come. Here we come talking about, we can solve your problem. We can pay you out your equity. Right. I talked to that guy today that called me by surprise, and I told him, we have a unique way. And this was part of my power statement. I kicked 2 power statements to him during that conversation. But I said, we have a unique way of partnering with property owners to help them pull money out of their property instead of putting it in. We call that our equity accelerator program. Bro, we are more competitive with less. We're not just throwing shit at the wall and seeing what sticks. We are doing something with intention, guys, with intention. So make sure you clearly identify what the problem is and what they want. All right. Make sure you clearly identify the journey you will be taking the client on from point A to point B. Now, I had to throw this in there. This is an example of a power statement, guys. Guys, this is anytime that somebody asks you what you do, right? If you're at a networking event and somebody says, well, what is it that you do? And that is the most general question, the most popular question that people ask, guys, is what do you do? What do you do? Now, most people, the 95% that fail and the 60% of small business owners that fail in the first 5 years, when somebody asks them what they do, oh my goodness. They're like, oh yeah, I own a tech store and we work on Game Boys and iPhones and we do everything tech. If you need anything tech, I'm your guy. And then they'll start to meander here, there, and there is no point to it, man. And people get lost easily. So your power statement should be 1 to 2 sentences that last no longer than 12 seconds, guys. No longer than 12 seconds. I'm going to give you a beautiful one right here. So when somebody says, well, so what is it that you do, Gene? What is it that you do, with the GoGetter family, right? Well, in a 4-step method, I teach experienced and aspiring online coaches to start and scale their business to 6 figures a month in 90 days or less. And then you're silent. You got to let them stew on that, man. You got to let them stew. You got to let them think, man, because they're like, who in the fuck is this guy? I've never even heard somebody kick it like that. So succinct, to the point. And it says, I tell them in a 4-step method. All right. So we're doing it in 4 steps. I teach experienced and aspiring online coaches. So that's the who. Who am I helping? Right. And what am I helping them with? I'm helping them with starting and scaling their online business to what? What are they going to get? To 6 figures a month. And in how long? In 90 days or less. Right. Or you can say we can, like with our power statement for our real estate investing, it goes something like this, with We Buy and Help, we have a unique way of partnering with property owners to help them to take money out of their properties instead of putting it in. And we help get them back in control of their situation and a solution. And we can do that in as little as 24 hours. Boom. Right there, man. So in as little as 24 hours. So I'm not boxing myself into, I'm not saying like we do it in 24 hours. No, because then you're stuck. You know what I mean? Like you got to do that in 24 hours. So we say in as little as 24 hours. So guys, do you have any questions? I got about couple minutes, man, maybe for a couple of questions. That is it. So let me see what we got up here. My guy, Recio, man. Recio, you going to get to the bag, homie. You're gonna be like me, man. My mentor just messaged me today in Messenger because I put up a story in my story. I put a video. I was on the golf course today with my private investor, And I was like, yeah, it's a Wednesday. I'm out here golfing. I said, but I'm doing business because we're talking about, him investing in my property that I'm acquiring on the 1st of September. So this is business and pleasure, right? Boom, boom, boom. Well, he messages me. He's like, yeah, get to it, homie. And I'm like, damn, big homie, man. I remember when I was his student, man. I remember when he didn't even know that I was his student, guys. When I was just like you, man. Just like you, Recio, getting on his lives, man, asking questions, participating, man, appreciating the knowledge that he was kicking, man, because I knew I was eating it up. I was eating it up. It was all new stuff. And I knew it was high level because he was doing high level shit. He was a high level person, man, an elite person making elite moves. So if he's kicking me game and knowledge and tactics and strategies that he's using to get to that elite level, guess what I'm going to do? I'm going to soak that shit up like a sponge, man. So Recio, I see myself in you, man. How old are you, Recio, if you don't mind me asking, man? How old are you, homie? Yeah, holific. Need to be a specialist. That's where it's at, man. So focus on one thing like subject to or leans and hit that audience hard. Yeah, okay, so yes, pretty much, right? But you can go after all, and not just subject to, because subject to is one type of transaction. We actually focus on one motivation. We become a specialist in one motivation. So for example, Nick, are you going to be a specialist in delinquent tax deeds? All right. Are you going to be a specialist in foreclosure? Are you going to be a specialist in city and code violations? Because there's a process to that, right? Or probate or divorce, because there's a process to that, right? What are you going to be a scientist in, man? Where somebody asks you a question and you can give them an answer and you see the whole picture, man, like that, right? But I do everything though too, you know what I mean? But I'm a scientist in foreclosures. What motivation when it comes to real estate are you a specialist in, Nick? How to become a student. So holific, you can apply to be a student in the description. There's a link that says to learn more about the GoGetter family. Click this link, click the learn more link, and then you can apply to become an inner circle student. I kind of closed my one-on-one inner circle program down, but I am opening that up just for a couple of people, just because holific. And where are you from, holific? I forgot to say that, guys. If you got a question, I appreciate if you put where you're from, man. I'm just a small town Iowa guy. I like to know where people are from that are popping in. So guys, my group coaching is actually starting now. I'm late. I do want to see how old Recio is though. Recio, I'm 27, man, with no kids, and I'm a barber in Greenville, North Carolina. Recio, homie, you on to something. You on to something. One, you're 27, brother. So you are super young. And I mean that in the best of ways, bro. Because I wish I'd have learned about this strategy when I was 27, homie. And you're digging in. Shit, bro. You got a head start. Two, you're a barber. You got a trade, man. So you can always fall back and make some money on that. And I always use, like, whatever your job is or your business is, if that's not where you want to be, that's not your goal, your end game, you got to find what's associated with getting you to your goal in that moment. So as a barber, what is going to make you be a better real estate investor? Can you post up flyers at your chair of your referral program, how you pay $1,000 if they refer somebody to you and you end up buying their house? Are you talking to people, man, all the time? Different people coming in, you letting them know, hey, I'm a real estate investor, man, and you give them your power statement. That is associating that with doing what you plan to do, man. So it makes that being a barber or having a job, whatever it is, makes it easier because it's catapulting you to your goal. Recio, I'll see you at the top, homie. I'm gonna meet you there, brother. I'll be there waiting on you, homie, but I know you coming. So I like it. Holific, you out in Mass. All right, cool. I got some students in Delaware, man, that just did a deal. All right, I'll answer this question, guys, and then I gotta go. So Recio asks, and what's the difference between a reverse mortgage and a regular mortgage? All right. So a reverse mortgage is this, man. We don't like to do reverse mortgages because reverse mortgages are predatory. All right. One, with a reverse mortgage, you've either got to be like 55 or 65 to even qualify for one. To even apply, you got to be older. Right. And then what a reverse mortgage is this: the bank borrows you money against the equity that you have. So usually they own their house outright, and they're living those twilight years, and they need an income. So they'll say, "Hey, bank, give me 100,000 out of my equity in my house." Right, and then you borrow that 100,000. Well, a reverse mortgage, you don't have to make payments on that 100,000. No payments at all on that until 3 months after you move out of that house. But this is the thing, guys, it's predatory, because if you're 55 or 65 years old and you don't have to start paying on a loan that you have to be 55 or 65 to get, you don't have to start paying on it until 3 months after you move out. Well, there's only two places you're going to go at that age. If you move out of your house that you own pretty much and you got a reverse mortgage on, you're either going to a nursing home or you're going to the grave. And in both places, you're going to be incapacitated. So I don't like reverse mortgages because the bank has somebody checking those deeds all the time because they want to see if this person moved out. Because if they moved out, they call that loan and it's got to be paid and paid back in 3 months. You know what I mean? Or they got to start paying on it. So yeah, it's over with reverse mortgage, man. I do not mess with them. But guys, I got to get up out of here, guys. I appreciate you guys coming in tonight. Don't forget, guys, to hit that like button. And if you're new to my channel, y'all, if you feel like I brought you some value today, consider subscribing, man. You know what I mean? Get us in the algorithm, man, so we can get this out to the people, y'all. You know what it is. Or you can just be a player about it. You know what I mean? And hit that subscribe button and that thumbs up. But hey, I'm gone. All right. So till next time, let's get to it, y'all.
I'm a go-getter. They some